what was that one we had in San Francisco? What was that?
You're talking about the one when the World Series was going on?
Yeah. Was that 89, 1989?
Yeah, it took out a bridge and everything.
Yeah. And understand when they do the Richter scale, if it was a 7 in Oakland, an 8.9, right? Each time you go up a point, that's times 10.
That's crazy.
So, you know all this stuff.
Come on.
Zoe knows
we live in Southern
everything,
California.
okay?
I mean, this
is and speaking of Southern
news.
California,
but what's interesting though is
don't knock my flat screen off the wall. I'm cool.
What's interesting in Japan, they're known to have earthquakes, so they have earthquake drills.
Yeah.
And where they tell the people to be calm and don't worry about it, because if you watch the footage, a lot of people aren't running around going crazy.
Right.
They're just calm. Here it's like us. We have fire drills, but we don't have earthquake drills. Which is interesting.
Do we? Well, it's one of the most prepared countries in the world
to deal with earthquakes.
That deal with earthquake. The way they retrofit their buildings, and it's one of the most advanced societies with regards to earthquakes.
Because you're not supposed to run outside. You're supposed to get underneath a doorway or a desk or something like
Unless
that.
Unless it's IKEA.
Did it be Aquila?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at the difference. A year ago, it was Haiti.
Right.
And Haiti is still devastated by the earthquake, and it was a 7.2, 7.9, somewhere in that area.
Right.
But they're still devastated. This is an advanced, modern society, and they're devastated. Imagine what could have happened to a third world country. We saw it last year with Haiti.
Right.
And that, of course, triggered what?
What is the second world country? I hear people are talking about the third world,
well, third world
or the first world. I mean, who was in the second? Name some of those countries.
That was a public school question right there.
Here we go.
We don't never say about we always say the third world country, but we don't never say
school question.
We don't never say the second world country. I'm just trying to get the second world a little props.
That's true. That's interesting that you would ask. Zoe, you have an answer for that?
I don't. Okay. I don't know what a second world country.
Oh, we got to dig that up.
Let's look it up.
Johnny Mac,
you just can't go from first to third.
No, I just know third world countries are classified that way because they are considered to be underdeveloped.
Right.
They don't have a lot of resources. Right. They don't have a lot of infrastructure. So they consider them third world countries.
Okay, so you want to know who's in the middle?
Who's in the second world? We get into that later.
I think Compton.
Shout out to NWA.
Now, let me ask you this. So, because the earthquake was terrible and it killed and destroyed. We know all this thing. Like, how can you prepare? Is it a proper way to prepare? Because I know in California they got earthquake-proof buildings, but apparently it didn't work in 1989. Well, that 94 out here, it didn't work in 94.
Really, there's no such thing as an earthquake-proof building.
Right.
I mean, you can prepare in a limited way. Mm-hmm. They got all kind of shocks and things that they build buildings on that cause them to sway and weights and all of that.
Right.
But when the magnitude of these earthquakes, these mega quakes, the more they go up, I mean, you're really defenseless. You're really defenseless.
And then you got
it's twofold. What happens is, especially if it happens along the coast, like in Japan, you get the earthquake. There's, the earth shakes or whatever. You never have a 10 or 15 minute earthquake. But what happened is
that was an F in your earth.
Okay, earth. Yeah, there you go. There's an earthquake.
Okay.
And then and then there's the secondary happening, which is usually a tsunami.
Right. So and now we're supposed to be on a tsunami alert.
Yeah, the
Why
whole
they got the T in front of the tsunami?
the T is silent.
Well, just take it off then. Take it off. It's throwing me off.
The tsunami.
That boy's got a prison
Hey,
education.
you know what, Johnny Mac? I'm very proud of you for knowing that there was a T in front of tsunami.
Well,
that is shocking to me.
I didn't really know. Somebody texted to me. I'm like, what is this word? Then this girl told me.
One of his favorite strippers.
One of my girls from last. I hate when one night stands don't live.
Didn't read Moran to
you? We get into that later. So, because now we supposed to in California be on tsunami alert.
Tsunami watch. Well, what happened is that after the earthquake happened and then the tsunami, it triggered a tsunami, and then Hawaii was actually hit by tsunami. So then they started putting all of the west coast of the United States, Alaska, South America.
You know how far Hawaii
tsunami.
is from California?
Yeah, it's pretty far, but I mean,
it's in the middle of the Pacific.
We actually have already in Northern California experienced some.
Do you think the tsunami is going to hit us in California?
Well, they closed BART down. I mean, that was interesting. They shut down.
Well, it had to because part of the BART runs underwater, like from Oakland to San Francisco. It goes
the BART,
underwater.
you mean the Bay Area Transit?
Yeah,
Rapid Transit.
Bay Area Rapid Transit.
Let the world know what we're talking
about.
Yeah,
they might have thought we were talking about Simpsons.
Yeah. Well, the Bay Area Rapid Transit, part of that goes underwater from Oakland to San Francisco. So they had to shut that down.
Yeah, I think that America is just being, proactive as opposed to reactive with this thing, because Mother Nature once you mess with her, and to me, it's interesting. Every time the space shuttle, to me, it seems, comes back when we break that barrier, something reacts to the world. Something goes weird.
Okay.
The
Twilight Zone science.
I was just informed by someone. Everybody want to show off their education on me. That a tsunami travels at 500 miles an hour.
Wow.
That's pretty fast. I mean,
because water is the most destructive force on Earth. So can you imagine 30 feet high, 500 miles an hour?
That sounds like Charlie Sheen's brain, but
his pipe. That's the blaze on his pipe. That's scary.
Yeah, and we live in the most volatile area. Anything on the West Coast, all the way across the Pacific Ocean, is called the Pacific Rim of Fire.
Right.
So China, Japan, Alaska, all of that, all the way around down to Chile is a very volatile volcanic.
Hormel?
Not Turkey, Chile.
I'm just talking about Hormel, Chile. I'm sorry.
Chile.
Hormel.
In South America.
We got a phone call from Memphis, Tennessee. Elvis Presley land.
yes.
We got my man Big Prince on the line. What's up, Big Prince?
What's up, Big Prince? 901.
What's going on with y'all?
What's going on with it?
Man, good to hear y'all back on the radio. Louis Dix, I actually missed you.
Oh, hilarious.
Aw, that's
Well,
so
thank
sweet.
you, Big Prince.
You're supposed to say no homo at the end of that.
Dude love.
Yeah, my bad, man. I'm in the
Yeah,
middle.
say no homo. Pause. Something
Hey,
like
but
that.
speaking on this earthquake and everything, man, it's a sad and devastating thing, man. I really want to send a special shout out to our troops that are over. We have a lot of troops and civilians that are over there. I got a cousin that's over there. We're waiting to hear back on that, but everything's gonna be all good. It's really.
I had a horrible joke to say, Big Prince, because he was your cousin. I ain't gonna get into it.
But just to let you know, Big Prince, all troops are accounted for. All troops are accounted for. Yes, they reported that.
But a lot of people don't know there was an earthquake last week. I think down in South America.
No. Monique just fell. It's a comedy station.
Y'all ain't right. I love it.
She had on them Skechers.
She was flapping her arms and it started this
Shape ups and fell down.
Go ahead, Prince. Go ahead, Prince.
But no,
Big Prince.
it's crazy, man, because if you look at all the catastrophic things that are going on now in the world, man, it makes you really, really want to get your head focused, man, get your life together. A lot of people looking around situations like Charlie Sheen and think it's funny, but you're not realizing, at a time like now, this is where the world really needs to band together with stuff like what's going on in Libya and other foreign countries that are out here, man. It's devastating.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, I'm sure the right-wing people are going to blame
Well, let me
Barack
ask
for
you
the
this, Big
tsunami.
Prince. You got your life together? You tell me what to do with my life. Is your life together?
Man, my life is together, man. Look, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, where there's a church on every corner.
You know what's
You
funny
ever
about
been to the Lorraine Hotel?
Yeah, oh man, I love this spot, man. If y'all ever come to Memphis, man, hit it up. I live in Memphis, man, and I go every year on in April, man. And it's different every year, man. It's worth the experience. I mean, get out there and learn your history. Even if it's going to Hennon, Tennessee, and seeing Alex Haley's grave, who wrote Roots.
Right.
Going to see
Right.
grave.
Well, actually, the day is April the 8th, the day he was assassinated.
Yeah,
Martin Luther King?
Well, every year, about every 6 months, they kind of change it around a little bit in the
The assassination?
Lorraine Motel. Huh?
What did they change around?
They changed the assassination date around? What are you saying?
No. Like some of the things inside the museum, like when you first come in, they take let's say something like somebody like Medgar Evers. They might do a whole cover on Medgar Evers when you come in, as far as his history. Other people other than Dr. Martin Luther King and the struggle that we had coming up, my parents and our ancestors had coming up during that time and period.
April the 4th. I'm sorry. Okay, thanks a lot for your phone call,
Yeah,
Big
thanks a lot
Prince.
for your call.
Well, I
Keep it strong in Memphis. You got some great barbecue down there, too.
yes,
We got
excellent.
I'm sorry, Zoe. You want to chime in?
No, I think the brother just he was talking about perspective.
Right.
When you look at the footage of the water, I mean, you could see cars trying to escape, driving along the freeway, and the water is coming. But in the water, cars, houses, trees, just debris. And like the brother said, it makes you think like, wow, that's happening to them, and it puts your life in perspective.
Yeah, being upset that there's that gas is too high and all that.
No, I mean, you think you got it bad until you see somebody racing down the freeway to escape a tsunami.
Hey,
Yeah,
but
really.
maybe Charlie Sheen got it right. If you're gonna get washed away by a tsunami, you might as well have as much fun
Might
as
as well
you can.
pepper jack off.
Right.
You know?
I don't know about that. We got another phone call. I'm not going to agree nothing Charlie Sheen said at all. He don't even know what he's saying.
I actually don't totally disagree with him.
I do.
But that's another
he's
thing.
high. We got a phone call from Jerry from Delaware. What's up, Jerry?
What's up, Jerry, First State.
Jerry?
Hey, what's up, dog?
What's happening with it, pimpin'?
Oh, man, I'm just kicking it here in Dover, Delaware.
Okay,
All right.
okay. Yeah, like that's the hot spot to be.
Well, I mean, it's all right. It's all right. We kind of like the suburbs of everything.
Oh, good for you, man. Good for you.
No taxes. What you got to say about this tsunami thing? Or maybe something else you want to talk about?
Look, I'm a retired Air Force cat, so I mean, it kind of makes me look out for the brothers over there. But it's a lot of evil in this world, man, and God cleaning house. Brother was right. We got to get right. I mean, I'm like Steve Harvey. I ain't right yet though. I ain't a lot.
You ain't right.
Yeah, well, come on,
Mr.
Steve Harvey. You guys got to
Well, if it make you feel good, because God said it won't be water this time. It's going to be
Fire.
It would be fire. So, because I don't know if God's cleaning house. I ain't gonna get into that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But because earthquakes been happening since the beginning of the time. Yeah, I guess but it is a devastating thing that the tsunami hit Japan, and this, I'm just marveling at the 8.9 earthquake. That's just mind boggling. I'm like,
You should see the videos.
I seen the videos. I was watching CNN, and it was crazy.
Yeah, and
No wonder why the Lakers lost yesterday.
Early in the morning, man.
Hey, Jerry, thank you so much for your call, man. And you know what? We're going to work on living right, and you keep working on living right, and I'm sure things will work out, especially when you get to a real city.
That's
All right.
I'm not going to work on living right. We're going to take another break, and we'll be right back with a very, very special guest. Very, very special. So stay tuned.
Very special?
Very.
That's force.
Very,
Four
very.
varies.
That means they have to have talent, Johnny man.
Very, very special guest. It's not the special you get down at the Blue Light Cafe. This is a very, very special
Is it the
situation.
How
Very
special?
You're going to love it. It's the Foxxhole, Series 106, XM 149. The Foxxhole, baby!